Good morning, YouTubers, fellow subscribers. I want to focus today on talking about how you protect the torso from rain and cold. Since it's winter, I've decided to do a series of videos that will focus on how to protect your body if you decide to venture out in inclement weather. So I'm breaking it up, focusing on the torso, then the lower body, then the hands. And that way we can keep the content concise and to the point. So today we're going to start with jackets. There are different kinds of jackets out there. You've got jackets that primarily focus on keeping you warm, and they have a little bit of water resistance in them. And you have jackets that are primarily structured to keep you dry, that also keep you warm. So I will start with the jackets that primarily are designed to keep you warm. So for example, this is a jacket I've had for quite some time. This is the Rafa Pro Team jacket. There are many other jackets out there. Castelli makes jackets that just to keep you warm, Endura. It doesn't matter what manufacturer. But what I want to talk about are the properties of the jersey, so the jacket. So this jacket is designed to keep you warm. The front of the jacket has a material that basically blocks the wind. So it's a wind blocker jacket. The back of this jacket has a softer material that allows your body to breathe. And that's really critical, because if you wrapped yourself in a plastic bag, you'd be very sweaty in there and it will contain everything. And I'm using that as an extreme example. So it's critical that you find a jacket that doesn't only keep you warm, but is breathable, because when you ride, you generate perspiration. And so part of keeping warm is making sure you're not wet under there. So you have to have a decent base layer that's also breathable against your skin. And so all the subsequent layers, whether you put a jersey on top when you're layering to stay warm, because depending on how cold it is, you may need a base layer, a jersey, and a jacket. Depending on what if it's below 30 or 30 degrees, it's very cold. So you can't put on things that don't breathe, because you will really end up being really cold if your perspiration is not allowed to get out of there. So that's real critical. So when you're making your selection, make sure you look for breathability in the jacket that you buy. I go mostly for jackets that fit really well, because I don't like jackets that catch a lot of wind and you end up looking like a balloon out there. And I don't think that it's really, not only is it not efficient from an aerodynamic standpoint, but really there's no reason for the jacket to be catching air, because you don't want air in there anyway. You want the air to go over you, not under the seams and so forth. So make sure that the cut of the jacket suits your body and the style of riding that you do. So this is one example of a jacket that will keep you warm. Now, if it starts to drizzle or whatever, this has a little bit of water resistance. If it starts to rain, it will get wet. It will not keep you dry. And so that's a part of the consideration when you decide to venture out. You have to know what the weather's doing. So on days when it may rain and it's cold, what I do is, this is another jacket I want to talk about. Very, very lightweight. It's a different kind of, this is made by a company called Pactimo, but they're made by many different manufacturers. So you want to focus on the properties of the jacket. This jacket is perfect when it's not raining when you leave, but it may rain. And what's good about it is, it's not like the ones from the old days where it wasn't breathable at all. So I was talking about foldable jerseys that when you're headed out, you're not sure, it's not raining right now, but it may rain. It doesn't matter whether it's cold or warm. It may rain. There's nothing cool about being out there in a jersey and getting rained on. It doesn't feel that great, okay? So it's better to keep yourself dry if possible. That's where these guys come in. These guys are very breathable. There's new modern materials. Doesn't matter. This is a Pactimo jersey. They're lightweight. They're very breathable. I'm going to slip it on so you can see. They're transparent. So a lot of times people who compete, you can still see your race numbers through them when you put them on. But they will keep you dry. In a shower, when it starts to rain, they're easy to put on. They're easy to pack. I consider us to be very fortunate nowadays because back in the day when I was competing, here's what we had. Voila. Castelli made it. I kept it. This is old. Okay, I kept this. This is made by Castelli. This is what we had available to us when it rained. This was packable. He put this on, but this is plastic. It's not breathable at all. Okay? It looks cool and everything. You can still see your race numbers, but this sucker got hot. When you were riding, it got hot. I mean, most of the time you ended up doing this and then water got in anyway. But nowadays with the new materials, I mean, this is what we had. I kept it because it's just here. You know, I didn't get rid of it or anything. I don't believe they make them anymore because this is just plastic and it does not breathe. You know, that's what was available back then. But now we got modern materials, so there's no excuse for you to be out there, you know, and getting rained on and not be prepared. So, doesn't matter what weather you're in. If you've done all your nice layering and it's supposed to rain, and before you leave, you just pack this guy. Nowadays, these things even have zippers on them. The one I have was all, I just showed you, was all Velcro. So, you can pack this, very easy to pack this guy. The material's very fragile though, so be careful on these. You know, you have to take time. I mean, you know, you'd have to go out of your way to tear them, but I'm just saying that they're easy to rip. You don't want to be too rough with them. But look how easy it is to pack. And what I do when I pack them is, it's just like this. And you can fold them like that and just stick them in your pocket. You make them as small as you want. I pack it to where I can easily, if I'm on the bike, just unroll it and I'm ready to go. And I never pack them with the zipper closed because when you're on the bike, you want them open. So really you just fold them on themselves like this and just go down. Keep the arms like this and just go down. You want to keep it as compact as you can. So you come over, I just put the arms together like this. And just go. And it's got reflectorized, you know, this is it. And like this is great. You can just put it in your jersey pocket. I put it in the middle usually because it packs better. It goes down in the pocket. You can't really see it. Now, it has reflectorized stuff on it and whatever. Some of these are made out of chartreuse and lime green and whatever. Very visible, you know. This is what I happen to have. They have many different styles out there. But this is what you want to take when you're not sure what the weather is going to do. It's lightweight, just cheap insurance because it just sucks when you're out there dressed right and you get rained on. When you're wet and it's cold, you get colder. Even if it's warm and you get rained on, it just feels clammy. Okay, that's the bottom line. The thankful thing is a lot of our polyester jerseys in the warmer time of the year, they dry out fairly quickly, but it's better to have this and not have your body, your torso get wet. So let me put that to the side. So yeah, this guy, if you can find it, don't bother. This guy is like riding in a sauna, you know that. But that's what was available back then, and so I just wanted to mention how fortunate we are. The jacket I showed you might be $40, $45 on sale. Anywhere from $30 to $50 you can find them. And you know, like I said earlier in an earlier video, it's better to get your stuff when it's off season. So if you get these when springtime comes around, they're trying to get rid of them, that's when you get good deals on them. But that's the difference in the jacket, because this jacket, which when you're leaving home and it's already raining, you put this on, because what's the point? It's already raining, you're gonna go, you put it on. Now, it's not very packable. I mean, if I tried to fold this thing, it sure wouldn't go in my jersey pocket very easily. It would be huge. And that's the reason why they're not very packable. They're not easily transportable in your back of your pockets. So they're perfect when you know it's going to rain. And I only wear this in the colder months because this thing is warm. Okay, it's designed to keep you warm. It uses neoprene technology. The water does not bounce off of it, but the water does not go through it. Somehow the water gets on it, but it doesn't go through. You don't get wet. I've ridden with this in rain and it works. But this is not something you're going to pack on the off chance that it might rain. It's just not very practical. It doesn't fold down very easily, very compact. So that's the difference. And that's why, because you may be wondering, why do I need this as well as this? That's why. And if it's in the summer and it's raining and I'm about to leave home, I'm not putting this on. It's warm. Down here it's hot. I'm going to put this guy on because he's going to keep me dry, and it's thin and it's breathable. So this guy is nice for fall through winter through early spring. When it gets hot, this guy is retired. That's the main difference. That's why you need 2 of these in your armor to keep your torso warm. So post your comments and questions below. Let me know if I missed anything, but I want you to focus on the properties, not necessarily the brand of the jacket. So to summarize, you need a jacket that will keep you warm when it's raining actively and before you leave home, and it's the cold weather months. This is a perfect rain jacket. They have different other rain capes that you can use, and that's what they are. Non-foldable rain capes are great when you know it's going to rain, but a lot of them are made for colder weather use. This is great all times of the year because you can layer up in the winter and then put it on top, or layer up in the winter and take it with you. This is more portable, and that's why you would need something like that. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, this is a little more expensive, the full out rain jackets, versus these rain capes that are foldable. I got this one for around probably 50 bucks, I'm guessing. So you could start with this first and then later on get something like this, because you can always layer up in the winter and then put this on top. So I just wanted to cover how you cover your torso in inclement weather and cold weather. So you can put this on a cold day and it doesn't rain and you'll be fine, because this is designed to keep you warm as well, and it's very breathable. So that's the main difference. So you don't lose out, but you want to use this in colder temperatures. You don't want to use this in the summer. It'd be very uncomfortable. Even though this has a sleeve that comes off and it transforms to short sleeve, it's great if the weather is, say, below 70 or below, below 70 degrees, it will work. Because that's when you unzip, when it got closer to 70 and you'd wear that. Well, you get above 80 degrees and summertime temperatures, you don't want to be taking this. You retire this and you want to use this guy, because this guy is very lightweight. So that's what I wanted to cover in this video today, is how you basically protect your torso. So leave your comments and questions below, and don't let the weather stop you from getting out there.